Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. We're back again in Patala ruins looking at the Bahamali statue. Now, I'm just going to show you a little clip before we get into the main portion of the video. And there is a failsafe on this boss that if you fail a mechanic, it will effectively start ripping your group apart quite furiously. So we're going to watch that just a second. As you can see, we're burning the boss down. This is actually the last phase. We've done really well. We've got to this point, and all of a sudden, everybody starts taking 2.5k damage. I see it's a ground targeted thing, so I run away. I'm like, no, we can survive. We can live. We can do this. It's just a mechanic, right? And eventually, it will just kill you. There's nothing you're going to do about it. It's going to kill you. So we come back a little while later. Let's actually... There we go. Now, let's look at this again. What effectively happened is we have four areas on the side of the boss room, and then the boss in the center. So what you want to do is kill all four of these before you actually hit the boss. If you hit the boss before you've killed all four of these, the boss does that. So we have to be so sure. If you're a tank, you do not hit it. If you're a DPS, you don't AoE it, you don't tab target it, anything. So we started the boss and we go into this first thing. So there are sort of beams that come out and you want to be stood on these beams. Effectively, you'll see in a second, there is kind of a sort of channeled ability from the boss that comes through and hits every member of the group. So you want to aim that at one of these beacons. As you can see, there it is. It's just about to fill up. And we start burning it down now. So the tank was actually sitting there and using his immunity to try and absorb some of the hit. Doesn't really need to. It was only hitting for like maybe 1,000 anyway, but it does actually help a little bit. And now it is a case of burning this. We typically did about half of its health, but we're a little bit safer here because there is no enraged mechanic. Now, as soon as this little golem spawn, this little genie spawns, and these pillars come up, the boss has about 5 seconds before he's going to do a party wipe mechanic. The idea is you have to be stood behind this pillar. The genie, however, does a frontal AoE, which you saw there, that if it lands, it will hit everybody it connects with and knock them back into the raid wipe mechanic that will kill you in 1 to 2 shots very easily. So we come back here, we line up on this beam, we kill off the genie. A little bit of a slow kill. We were actually trying to again line CC on it, so it wasn't casting this. Back on the line, and we just AFK for a minute. We found every person during this phase was getting this buff, or sorry, one person every phase was getting this buff, which is this one here, which will freeze you in place and just stun you effectively. It doesn't make a difference, but it does later on in the fight. So just interesting to know. We go through and we start doing this again. And again, we go through, and because we were trying to be so safe, there is no enrage time, as this does take us a little longer than it does most groups. Again, Zerkers, you can kind of pre-cast your chain on it because it still does take damage. It just doesn't take much damage. You can get to your 3 chains so you can start like a strong attack, but we go to the middle, and again, Genie's here. We hide behind the pillar, and this lightning just annihilates you if you are outside of it. But again, you keep doing this. Once you do, you're going to see it in a second. We're going to kill the first one, and we go to the second one, and nothing changes. There's literally, you do this phase 4 times. Or you do these 2 phases 4 times, at least. So again, nothing really much to say. We're going to kill this. Interesting to note, once you have killed this, even after that, you still have to go and do the pillar phase. So you'll see in a second, we're going to kill this one off. We hit it, super quick, dies, brilliant. And we found in the first time we did this that you still had to go to the pillar. The pillar will spawn in a second, but we're just stood here waiting for it this time because we're obviously a little bit quicker because we'd killed it rather than waiting. We kill the genie off, the pillar comes up, we take the phase, and we go to the next one. So after we killed each one, we went to the pillar, just waited. Like I said, there's no enraged timer, you don't have to panic all too much. But we go to the next one, and this is the phase until the second half of the boss. So we're going to skip through. We're going to kill another one there. Move on to the next one. Going to kill another one shortly after. Let's see if we can find it. So we killed all of them. Interesting to note, again, once you've killed the final one, you want to still hide behind the pillar. There's still one more phase. You kill the genie off, and then you can start hitting the boss. All good, all great. We haven't hit the boss, so we're not going to get insta-wiped by that mechanic, which is also pretty damn nice. Now, you see this beam. I talked earlier in this video about someone getting a mechanic that froze them in place and stunned them. Now, in the second phase, he will always put that on the person he's going to beam. So the rest of the group has to come and soak the damage with him. The tank can take it with his immunity. The DPS can just soak it with obviously just being stood in it. Very important you guys do that. Otherwise, sometimes he'll just fire randomly and you just try to get out of the way of it. But you see there we go. He was stunned, tank runs in and immunes it. You can do it that way. It's a lot safer just to stun it, just to actually be stood in it though. Again, I can move out this one. There's no one in it. I did check, but it is what it is. And this is literally the mechanic of the first part. The genie spawns and you want to dive behind a pillar. It doesn't matter which pillar, there's nothing to stop you. The genie itself doesn't do too much damage. You do want to try and CC it though during its mechanic. So I couldn't target anything for a while there. Best thing to do is just to interrupt it as needed and then take it to the boss so that you can cleave it down with the boss, which is pretty simple. He's still going to do that mechanic where he knocks you around though, and you definitely don't want that to go off at any point. Again, there's no enrage timer. Kill the ad off, kill the boss. Now, someone gets stunned again, and the genie is going to knock a couple of people away, but it looks like we're going to be okay. We do take it about 1.5k each, even after the immunity, so you can imagine how much that hits for normally, but we just keep pushing the boss, and this is pretty much it for the rest of the fight. So guys, hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoy the music as well, and catch you later. Had to find the person I'd become. I was high and I was low, moving mountains, rain.